Not that much. A lot of times when guys are doing something I don't disagree with, I ask them, does that make sense to you? And why does it make sense? If it makes sense, knock your socks off. You know, if it isn't like impeding their work, or if it's not a safety issue. But I will kind of challenge them on a certain thing, like like for instance, some kind of range theatrics or a flat range world mentality, and I'll share with them my thought process on it, and usually they'll go, "Huh." I say, "Hey, bro, if it doesn't make sense, just data dump it."
For me, it's not my job to tell you whether an instructor is right or wrong, so I won't talk bad about another instructor.
Yeah,
if you're asking me about a technique, what I'll do is I'll show you what I do, and then as an adult, your job is to decide whether that fits your lifestyle or not, and if it makes sense or not. So, you know, you're either going to agree with me and do it because it works great for you. You're going to agree with me, but you're just not able to physically do it, or it doesn't work for you. But you do agree with me, like you understand why I do it, just as much as I understand why you do a particular technique that I don't really care for. There's 3 ways to get to Outback Steakhouse in a city: freeway, back roads, and one's toll. Either way, we all get there, right. And it doesn't. I'm not too concerned on that. And the last is you disagree and you're not going to do it. And you know, when you have paying clients, those are the 2 where they need to say, hey, listen, what else do you have for me? Because this thing's not working. And if you just teach and help teach them and focus on them and let them decide, this is the ride at Disney World. We're gonna run drills and you're gonna figure out as you go to all these other teachers, what is best for you. So the development of that individual is beat yesterday's version of you, train to beat your most likely adversary. And at that point, we are designing, we are building your version of what you're going to be. I'm a certain way, I do certain things. They're gonna slightly differ maybe from Pat to each other instructor. The great thing about the civilian community, unlike the military law enforcement communities, you're locked into doctrine. Here you can go, I'm gonna take a little bit from Chris, I'm gonna take a little bit from Pat, I'm gonna do a little bit from Yeager and Mike Pannone or DeFore, and then you're gonna build your cadre of soul around that. And I think that's awesome for the civilian community, and that's what their job should be. And you don't have to tell them that's stupid or I wouldn't do that. You just, here's what I would do. Not sure if it's going to work for you, but here's a couple answers to the question that you're asking, which has nothing to do with the other teacher, right?
Yeah, I am very careful, and I've boasted about that. I won't badmouth another guy in the industry. I might say, what you're doing is stupid, because I have said that, or not in those words, but I won't ask or badmouth. It's just not. It's just, it doesn't. It's not good range behavior.
Right. It's not going to carry your football any further down the field for sign up, because sometimes what happens is there's a couple things that they did learn from that other teacher that really resonated with them. And if you're trying to belittle somebody in hopes that you're going to get more clients, it never works out well. It always works completely opposite.
But you are fixing stuff that.
Yeah.
Well, no, I wouldn't even say I'm fixing stuff. I'm there to share information with you. You're fixing shit. You're the one fixing stuff. If you believe there's a different way or a better way to do it, that's up to you. I don't have to worry about that. That's your job.
Right.
Yep, I am. Yep, same. Ditto.
Same, but not so same.
All right, so as far as the future goes, you're not really targeting any specific kind of clientele.
I'm pretty careful, like with private classes, I ask them to send me some kind of bio.
Okay.
You know, or let me see your online presence, especially if the name could be suspect. So I've done that in the past where I say, hey, let me see your online presence here and there, send me a bio, and they're all about it.
Right.
All about it, yep. Because it would be, I'm not sure I could shoulder that burden, training the wrong guy and doing the right shit, and he's going to use it in the wrong way.
Right.
So I'm pretty careful.
Yeah, I mean, we get a mixture of military, law enforcement, and private sector citizens. And the other thing too that I think helps is most people, of those kind of calibers that we're kind of fearful for, they don't want to go spend this kind of money.
Right.
And the good news is they think they already know how to shoot, which is awesome.
Yep,
So that,
great.
that means they're not showing up, which is, people don't want to go chunk out that kind of change for that. They're just like, I go to the gun range, I hold the gun like this, I fire, I'm good. And then they don't know like what else can be possibly achieved or how far you can actually take this craft.
All right, very good. Thank you, guys.
Right on.